Welcome, my name is Charlene Fike. I'm glad you're here. In this short video, the topic that I want to be talking about today in our Skill Up with Charlene series is thinking about how habits, sometimes they just don't feel good. And so what I'm going to talk about is pressing through that 5 minutes of what I call 5 minutes of suck. We'll get to it. But first, I want to just read a real quick quote by Hal Elrod, who is the Miracle Morning guy. I don't know if you've read any of his material. We'll talk about that in a future video, hopefully. But here's the quote for the day. And he said, 95% of our society, the mediocre majority, fail time and time again to start exercise routines, quit smoking, improve their diets, stick to a budget, or any other life habit that would improve their quality of life. 95%. Why? He says, most people don't realize the seemingly unbearable first 10 days of a new habit is only temporary. No, I'm adapting that and saying, really, if you just get in the habit of doing something and just recognizing that it's the first 5 minutes that truly suck as you're beginning a new behavior. So maybe it's that you're wanting to get up earlier in the morning and it's just that first 5 minutes when you're thinking about, oh, hitting the snooze button or getting cozy under your sheets or whatever that might be. If that's your goal, is to get up a little earlier and have more time to yourself before the day gets started, or whatever that might be. I'm just using that as an example, but it's just those 5 first minutes. Once you get out of bed and get started, then it's fine. But that's the part that to me is the hardest. Like if I'm going to start a new exercise routine, it isn't so much the long-term pattern, it's talking myself into those first 5 minutes. Once I get past it and I get in the groove, I'm fine. So that was my challenge to you today, is to just start thinking about, can I just push through even when I don't want to? And just recognizing that any behavior change that you're going to face, it all stems from there's resistance coming at you because it wants the comfortable path. So if you're facing any of this, if this is your challenge, you may want to go to my blog, charlenefike.com. In there, I've got tons of book resources. If any of you who know me well or getting to know me know that I'm a big reader. And I think the book that I've recommended the most about resistance and moving forward is a book by Steven Pressfield. And it's called The War of The War of Art. Sometimes people confuse it with the classic military book, The War of Art, but we're talking about the art of war. I mean, it's so confusing because I get people all the time going, you told me this book, and then they go and they find it and they're like, what is she talking about? It's a military book. That's the wrong book. The one you're looking for, Steven Pressfield is the author, and it's called The War of Art. And in that book, he talks through and gives very practical suggestions about how when we're starting something, whether that's a new behavior, or we're creating something, we're writing something, or we're producing something, that we're going to face resistance. And really, it's just showing up, pressing through, and acknowledging the fact that it's going to be 5 minutes of what I call the daily suck. But once you get going, it's like what Hal Elrod said in that quote I just read you, is that 95% of people quit because it's just the first 10 days that of a new habit. It's only temporary, the pain of that. It just gets better and better and better. So my challenge to you is stick with it. Find some support, find encouragement, and find accountability. Find your tribe and move forward, knowing that it's just a temporary setback, and don't be part of the 95, but be part of the people who actually make a change and decide to craft lives that truly matter so that you can be the biggest gift that the world is waiting for. Go make it a good day.